Just a couple of weeks ago, before the date of this video is uploading, Congress passed H.R. 1808, which probably doesn't mean anything to you if you're like most American gun owners who don't really care about their Second Amendment rights, or if you're a FUD. If you're a gun owner and you don't even know what a FUD is, then there's a pretty good chance that you are a FUD. But I digress. The House passed H.R. 1808 last July 29th, which would ban assault weapons for the first time since 2004, which shows how desperate the Biden administration and their anti-gunner allies in Congress have become. It has finally come to the point where they're not hiding their intent to ban guns anymore. H.R. 1808 passed in a vote of 217 to 213, with 2 Republicans voting for the bill and 5 Democrats voting against it. So, what is H.R. 1808, and why should you worry about Congress passing it? Authored by Republican David Cecilian, H.R. 1808 would criminalize the sale, manufacture, transfer, possession, or importation of a ton of different guns. What guns are those, you may ask? We'll get into more detail later. Suffice to say for now that it's such an exhaustive list of guns that when I saw it, I had to wonder, besides single-stack 1911s, revolvers, pump-action shotguns, and all rifles and handguns with magazines retrofitted to accept only 10 rounds of whatever cartridge they're chambered for, will Americans be allowed to purchase anything else? The answer is unfortunately no. They're practically banning all guns that come out after 1911, if you ask me. Theoretically, if the Senate passes this bill, you can go to prison if you own a gun with a Picatinny rail somewhere under the front end. Why? Because you can attach a forward grip to it, and the bill specifies that all guns that can accept a forward grip will be banned. Thankfully, at least until the midterms, we can all take it easy. There are currently only 50 Republicans, 48 Democrats, and 2 independents in the Senate, which means assuming all 48 Democrats and 2 independents vote for the bill, it'll require at least 10 of the Republicans for it to be signed into law. But there's no telling how many more Democrats will be voted into the Senate after the elections this November 8th. Assuming the absolute worst-case scenario, we really only have up to January 3rd of next year to purchase any of the guns that will be banned by H.R. 1808. And by that time, who knows what guns will still be on the shelves at gun stores everywhere. Time is of the essence. If you see yourself needing a modern firearm in the foreseeable future, it's imperative that you buy one sooner rather than later. In this video, I'll share my list of the top guns to buy before the election. Stick around to the end of the video if you need to make a decision soon. Number 1, rifle. All semi-automatic rifles that can accept a detachable magazine and provide an option to attach a forward grip or a pistol grip will be banned. If it has a folding stock, a telescoping stock, or a detachable stock, it will also be banned. And if the barrel has a shroud, or if the barrel is threaded so that it can accept a suppressor, a flash hider, or a muzzle brake, it will also be banned. Oddly enough, H.R. 1808 will ban rifles that allow for a grenade launcher attachment, but there wasn't a single mention of a shotgun or a bayonet attachment, so those won't be banned? Now, some of you might think semi-automatic rifles with a fixed magazine will be exempted. Unfortunately, all rifles with a fixed magazine that can accept more than 10 rounds will be banned too. Other things to consider are all the fire accessories that will also be banned. These include pump fire stocks and or any component, device, or attachment designed primarily to accelerate a firearm's rate of fire, even when the accessories in question won't convert the firearm from a semi-automatic to a fully automatic. There's a 100% guarantee that H.R. 1808 will ban everything that resembles a military rifle. If it looks anything like an Armalite rifle, a Kalashnikov, a Bushmaster ACR, or even something as weird as a Calico Liberty, and it chambers a center fire cartridge, it'll be banned. So if you're looking to buy any kind of rifle that resembles any of the ones I mentioned above, you should buy it ASAP. If you have very little money, let's say you have maybe $400 and you want a good all-around semi-auto rifle chambered by the 5.56mm NATO, and that's really all the money you can spare, I recommend you do a little bit of research on cheap Frankenstein AR-15 builds. You should be able to buy a pretty good AR-15 for $400. If you have $600 to $800 and you want to buy a pre-built rifle, assuming you don't have a brand preference, I would recommend you purchase either a Radical Firearms AR-15. Their most affordable model with a 16-inch barrel and a 15-inch rail system called RPR has an MSRP of $684.95 on their website. But if you check out Bud's Gun Shop, cheaper than dirt and all other online gun stores, you should be able to find a Radical Firearms AR-15 selling for around $500 in brand new condition. If you want something that resembles an AK-47, an AKM, or any Kalashnikov rifle chambered for the 7.62mm, you may need to add a couple of $100 more to your budget. What's arguably the best bang for the buck Kalashnikov rifle derivative you can buy at the moment is the Zastava ZPAP M70. It has an MSRP of $1,050, but you may be able to find one brand new selling for as low as $800 on some online gun stores. If you can't find a Zastava ZPAP M70, you can go for the Century Arms Wazer 10, which has an MSRP of around $800 and a street price of around $600. Quality-wise, it's not as good as the ZPAP M70, but it still will be nice to have it if all the Kalashnikov rifles get banned. Whichever semi-auto rifle you decide to buy, make sure you purchase as many 30-round magazines as you can. Don't forget that all sorts of barrel attachments, pistol grips, and military-style stocks will be banned too, so you should look into purchasing as many of those as your budget will allow. Number 2, shotguns. HR 1808 will ban a ton of different shotguns. In fact, because of how it describes all the shotguns that will be banned, HR 1808 may end up banning more shotgun models compared to the ones banned by the 1994 assault weapons ban from the Clinton era. This is because there has been a lot of semi-automatic shotguns produced in the last 18 years after the 1994 assault weapons ban expired, and more than a few of those can hold more than 5 rounds in the mag. To be specific, if a semi-automatic shotgun is a folding stock, a telescoping stock, or a detachable stock, it'll be banned. It also has a pistol grip, it'll be banned. If it has a magazine capacity more than 5 rounds, even if it uses the traditional shotgun's fixed tubular magazine, as long as it's semi-auto, it'll be banned. Some of these high-capacity semi-automatic shotguns include a Remington M1100, the Mossberg 930 series, and the Beretta 1301 series. The only exceptions to this 5-round capacity restriction are pump-action and lever-action shotguns. Don't forget that some magazine-fed and drum-fed shotguns will be banned as well. All semi-auto shotguns that can accept both a detachable magazine and or a forward grip will be banned. This means if a shotgun has a Picatinny rail in front, since we all know that a Picatinny rail can accept a forward grip, well, there's a good possibility that it'll be banned. Lastly, as with the 1994 assault weapons ban bill, all shotguns that resemble the Striker 12 or the Street Sweeper will be banned. HR 1808 again mentions the grenade launcher attachment, and I don't believe a shotgun with a grenade launcher attachment exists outside of video games, so I'm not sure why they even bothered including it on their banned shotgun list. And what shotgun should you buy then? If you want a semi-auto shotgun that comes with a capacity of more than 5 rounds out of the box, and you don't care for detachable magazines, you can look at the Mossberg 930 series and the Beretta 1301. The problem with shotguns from either company is their price. The most affordable Mossberg 930 has an MSRP of $800, while its Beretta 1301 counterpart has an MSRP of around $1,300. Most of us wouldn't even think of spending $1,000 on a shotgun, especially considering some of the most affordable pump-action boomsticks are selling for less than a couple $100. But if you're one of the few who have money to spare, the Mossberg 930 or the Beretta 1301 may be for you. However, if you want literally more bang for your buck, I would recommend you look into a 1919 AR-style shotguns. These are mostly value-oriented semi-auto shotguns that are capable of much quicker reloads due to their detachable box magazines. They typically cost anywhere from $350 to $800, and while they usually come with a 5-round box magazine, they can all use aftermarket 10-round box magazines and 20-round drum magazines designed and developed by Black River Manufacturing to work a wide variety of 1919 AR-style shotguns. The only downside to them is, compared to traditional semi-auto shotguns, they can be a bit bigger and heavier. Some of the more common 1919 AR-style shotgun models currently on the market include the Typhoon Defense F12, the Rock Island VR80, and the Actel MKA 1919. The cheapest I've seen so far is the TriStar KRX, which at the time of writing is selling on gunbroker.com for only $275 brand new. But there's a long list of 1919 AR-style shotguns that are compatible with Black River Manufacturing's 10-round box mags and 20-round drum mags. Just go to drummagazine.com and do a search for Black River MFG. Number 3, pistol. And finally, we get to talk about pistols. H.R. 1808 will ban all pistols. It can accept a detachable magazine and one or more of the following: a threaded barrel, a second pistol grip, kind of like the one on the Beretta M93R, a barrel shroud, or a detachable magazine at any location outside of the pistol grip. Also, H.R. 1808 will ban all semi-automatic pistol versions of an automatic firearm. Currently, an AR-15, AKM, or any military-style semi-auto rifle for civilians with a barrel length shorter than 16 inches with no stock, with no foregrip, qualifies as a pistol. These will all be banned. And, as if that's not enough, all ammo-feeding devices such as magazines, clips, strips, and drums with a capacity of more than 10 rounds will be banned as well. So, what would I recommend? Considering the Democrats are hell-bent on banning military-style weapons, I would recommend you go for a polymer-framed handgun with the highest magazine capacity for the cartridge you can shoot all day without you getting sore. If you don't mind spending a bit more for a premium handgun that's only a bit more expensive than its Glock counterpart, you should check out FN America's polymer-framed pistols. The FNX 45 Tactical Chambered in 45 ACP and the FN 509 Tactical Chambered in 9mm are two of the finest polymer-framed pistols on the market, bar none. FN America doesn't skip out on anything when they make these pistols. The FNX 45 Tactical currently holds the record for having the highest magazine capacity out of all currently available pistols chambered for the 45 ACP, whereas the Glock 21 can hold 13 rounds and the H&K USP 45 can hold 12. The FNX 45 Tactical can hold 15, which is insane. It has an MSRP of $1,379, which is more than double the price of the Glock 21. But with all its premium features, which I'm sure will be banned if Let's Go Brandon, President Biden, gets to sign the H.R. 1808 into law, you're getting your money's worth. Still, a Glock 21 with an MSRP of $550 is more wallet-friendly and will fit nicely in your collection of would-be banned firearms if you believe $1,379 is too much money for a polymer-framed pistol in 45 ACP. As for the FN 509 Tactical, it's a similar story. It has a magazine that can hold up to 24 rounds of 9mm and has several features not found in competing factory polymer-framed pistols. But its MSRP of $1,069 may not appeal to everyone, so I would recommend its closest Glock rival, the Glock 17, which has an MSRP of $550, the same as the Glock 21s. And that's it for my list of the top 3 guns to buy before the election. I'm 100% certain there are a lot of you who would have wanted to see other gun models on this list. If you don't agree with my recommendations, feel free to let me know by posting a comment down below. Please like, share, and subscribe. And click on the little bell icon so you don't miss any of our new content. And as always, thanks for watching.